we can't change without experiencing loss. So with change comes grief. I had a client once who was really taken out emotionally and mentally by this knee injury that she had. She didn't understand why it was so hard for her. And I said, sounds like you're grieving. She's like, no, it doesn't sound like grief. No one's died. I asked her, I'm like, really? No one has died? Oh. What did you once love that you can't love anymore in the physical form? Oh yeah, yoga, walking, running, being an athlete. I said, oh, okay, so it sounds like the yogi has died, the athlete has died, and you're reorienting to this new body. That sounds like a lot to grieve. This is your body. And so that just gave her a little bit of space and compassion for her experience. And she realized, oh my God, I am in a grief journey right now. Grief is love with no place to go. It's one of my favorite quotes. I don't know who said it. And then I have these new parents right now as clients, and they're in it. All new parents are. You're reorienting to life where you're not the most important person anymore. Your baby is. And that's scary. It's hard. And we unfortunately live in this toxic positivity culture where we're supposed to be grateful for everything. And there's all this comparison shame. Like, oh, but they weren't able to have a baby, or at least I had the money to do IVF. Or like, I should be so grateful. I should be so happy all the time. I should love my baby all the time. No, there's no shoulds here. And particularly with grief, there's no right or wrong way to grieve. There's no good or bad way to grieve. It's just so. I just spit a little bit. And once these clients had the space to long for their old life, to miss it, to love it, they had this space and this acceptance even to be where they are. You know, they weren't surprised by the pain anymore. So grief it's a tricky one because it can feel so scary. So for some, I've heard a lot of clients and participants describe it like this gaping hole in their heart and their body. It's an emptiness. And inside that emptiness is the most beautiful opening, an opening for new understanding, for new compassion, for forgiveness. It's an opening for transformation. And when we ignore that hole and we fill it with shit like food, alcohol, drugs, sex, porn, whatever you name it, whatever your thing is, it doesn't actually help. But when we fill that hole with love, with presence, with listening. Oh, hi, honey. The grief becomes more purposeful. We become more alive. So this is why I'm going to be including grief, the whole month of it, in my new coaching program. We can't change without it. And we're going to get to know it in new ways. And I'm going to share different skills and coping strategies and processes to move with it, because grief isn't just a feeling, it's a movement. You're moving from denial to rage to sadness to longing, and you just keep going back and forth. And so if we're just stuck in that gaping hole, nothing's going to move. But I'm going to give us body practices, group experiences, and homework assignments you can do on your own to befriend your grief. Okay, thanks for watching.